Hi, welcome to Sunday School for Sunday, November 22nd. Next Thursday is Thanksgiving. Oh boy. And the, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, the 29th, there will not be a Sunday School recording. I may make a recording, but there will not be a Zoom meeting. There will be a Godly Play recording, but not a Zoom meeting, and there will not be a Scripture and Reflection Zoom meeting. And I don't think there will be a recording. So I will see you in December. But in the meantime, we have another book about mercy because I really wanted to think about mercy, and I wanted to talk about it for a minute this time. This is a shorter book. It's called 4 Feet, 2 Sandals. And I'm going to move the screen just a little bit so I can show the pictures a little bit better. And hopefully my dog won't work. This one's going to be a little harder to do. Lena raced barefoot to the camp entrance where the relief workers threw used clothing off the back of a truck. Everyone pushed and fought for the best clothes. Lena squatted and reached, grabbing what she could. The crowd began to leave. In the dust at Lena's feet lay a brand new sandal. It was yellow with a blue flower in the middle, and when she slipped it on her foot, it fit perfectly. Lena was 10, but she had not worn shoes for 2 years. She looked around for the matching sandal. A girl stood nearby. She was thinner and darker than Lena. She wore a blue and yellow sandal. Assalamu alaikum, Lena greeted her. Peace be with you. The girl only stared. She was dressed in a shalwar kameez. Her feet were cracked and swollen, as Lena's had been when she first arrived at camp. Suddenly, the girl turned, taking the matching sandal with her. In the morning, Lena went to do the washing, wearing one beautiful sandal. She picked her way to the stream, careful to keep her sandal out of the filth. Her old shoes had been ruined on the many miles of walking from Afghanistan to Peshawar, the refugee camp in Pakistan. She had carried her brother, Najib, no bigger than a water jug then, but he was just as heavy. When she looked up from her scrubbing, the girl from yesterday was standing over her. She wore one sandal that she bent over and removed. Grandma says it's stupid to wear only one. She placed the sandal at Lena's feet, then she turned and walked away. Wait! Lena grabbed both sandals and followed her. I'm Lena. The girl turned slowly. I'm Feroza. Lena held the sandals out. We can share. What good is one sandal for 2 feet? Feroza frowned. You wear both of them today, and I will wear them tomorrow, Lena smiled. 4 feet, 2 sandals. Feroza smiled too. She took the sandals and put them on. Tomorrow they will be yours. The 2 girls greeted each other as they carried their jugs for water the next day. Lena put the sandals on, and they waited together in the long line. Everyone in the camp was waiting for a new home. Mama went to meetings about being resettled. The girls stayed in Lena's tent with Ismatu and Najib. They were careful to keep the sandals away from the two boys, for Ishmatu wanted to pull at the flowers and Najib wanted to chew on them. My father and sister were killed in the war, Lena told her friend. Mama and I had to run with Ishmatu and Najib in the night. Feroza nodded and 2 tears ran down her cheek. I have only my grandmother now. When they did not have work to do, Lena and Feroza crept up to the windows of the school and peeked inside. The school was too small, with only enough room for the boys to study. The girls practiced their names in the dirt and brushed the marks away so that no one would see their mistakes. Sometimes each girl wore one sandal. The other children pointed and giggled, but Lena and Feroza did not care. In the evening, the sky turned deep blue and the first stars began to sparkle. Lena and Feroza watched for the silver of the crescent moon that signaled the beginning of Ramadan. They shared memories and whispered their dreams for a new home. One morning, they went to the stream and washed their sandals to keep them looking new. Lena, come quick, Feroza's grandmother called. Your mother says your name is on the list. Feroza grabbed the sandals. The 2 girls ran ahead to the office. Lena stood on tiptoes and squinted at the sign. Mama's name, it's here. We are going to America. She looked at her friend. My name is not there, Feroza said quietly. She looked at her feet as she spoke. Then she bent down and took the sandals off. She handed them to Lena. You cannot go barefoot to America. Feroza gave Lena a hug. When it was time to leave, the relief worker gave Mama a large white square bag with numbers on it. All your important papers are in the bag, he said. Feroza and her grandmother came to say goodbye. Lena pointed at her feet. Look, Mama saved her sewing money. She has bought shoes for America. Real shoes, Feroza admired the new black leather. Here, Lena said, it is your day to wear these. The tears in her eyes were not for the sandals. Assalam alaikum, Feroza said as she took the faded yellow and blue sandals. Peace be with you. Lena followed the others to the bus. Wait, Feroza called as she ran to her friend. You must keep one. She handed Lena one sandal. What good is one sandal? It is good to remember. Feroza held up the other sandal. 4 feet, 2 sandals. Lena felt the tears make a trail down her cheek. She slipped the sandal into her bag and climbed on the bus. Feroza ran alongside as the bus began to move. Lena leaned out the window. We will share again in America, she called. People who flee their country because of a fear of persecution are called refugees. At the time we were writing this story, there were more than 20 million refugees worldwide. The majority of refugees are children. This story is based on Kandahar's experiences with refugees in Peshawar, a city on the Afghanistan-Pakistan border. Decades of war and instability in Afghanistan have forced millions of Afghani people to flee their homes to neighboring countries. Many of them live in makeshift camps in and around Peshawar. Some, like Lena and her family, are able to find safe haven in resettlement countries in Europe or in the United States. Though this story is based on a camp in Peshawar, the experiences of children like Lena and Feroza are shared by refugees around the world. Now, here's what I want you to think about as you're enjoying your Thanksgiving break. I want you to think about what mercy means. Remember, we talked about the dictionary definition. It means to be forgiving. It means to be compassionate, to be understanding of someone else and what they're going through, whether it's good or bad. And we read 2 stories that talk about kinds of mercy. How did Lena and Feroza show mercy to each other? How did Frankie show mercy to the hobo? By the way, a hobo was the name that they used to call homeless people who were looking for work mostly in the 30s and the early 40s. They were people, because there was a very, very, very bad depression. There were people that were thrown out of work and thrown out of their homes, and they would jump on trains like Boxcar Willie and all those other guys, and Jump Up Billy, wasn't it? Like Jump Up Billy, and ride around the country looking for work. And people like Rosa Stoll would help them. But anyway, think about how Frankie helped, how he was merciful to Jump Up Billy, how Frankie's family was merciful to him, and how we can be merciful to other people. And how when people are merciful to us, it helps us really understand what it means to be grateful, what it means to have gratitude. So while you're thinking about all the things you're grateful for at Thanksgiving, these are some other kinds of things to think about too. So take care, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you back in our Zoom meeting on December 6th, I think. Anyway, take care. Have a great, great holiday. Bye.